Searching too hard for a trade, you're forcing. Just know that. Good setups stand out. You don't have to be scouring the charts for a trade. A good setup is going to stand out. It's going to show itself. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to, you're not, as I stated, if it's a good setup, it's going to show itself. If a strategy that you're trading and you've back tested it, you've demo traded it, you're going to see it you're going to see it before it even sets up. You're going to see it forming. Straight up. That's just the way that it's going to work. You're going to see it forming. Literally. You're going to see it forming. So if you can't find a trade, it's not there. Sit on your hands. My two strategies didn't show up, so I'm not taking anything. Actually, let's jump over there real quick because y'all know how I rock. No strategy, right? So we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to log out. And guess what? I have logged out of my accounts, but my charts are still up. So for me, my trading day is done. Strategies didn't show up. It is what it is. And guess what? Sometimes the best trade you take is no trade at all. Remember that. Sometimes the best trade you take is no trade at all. Just keep that in mind. So I'm logged out of my accounts and our charts are still up. So we're going to keep rocking. So what we always want to make sure that we do is when we sit down and we in front of the computer, we're asking ourselves these questions. The first question earlier, am I managing risk or am I hoping for outcome? I can't find a trade. Okay, nothing's there. I'm sitting on my hands. Period. That's just the way that it works. That's the life of a trader. The life of a trader is not forcing anything. The life of a trader is not trying to find something. No, you're not trying to find anything. You're waiting for your strategy to set up. If it sets up and it's high probability, you take that trade. You just got to check off the boxes, right? Over leveraging. How's my risk reward? Is this high probability? Am I getting the proper fill? Meaning, am I getting my entry in the right spot? All of those things. All of those things you got to check off. And you got to do it quick. You got to be quick. That's why I stress this. That's why the back testing and the demo trading is what you need to do for your strategy. That's going to give you the repetition and the understanding you need of how to implement that strategy, as well as how that strategy works. Period. You have to do this. So once you get those things done, then you will see your setups come up. So all of these questions of the day and tips of the day that we go through, you'll see these things kind of come back full circle to your trading where you'll be like, oh, okay, that's what Trent was talking about. That's what we were talking about. Got it now. I don't see nothing. I have a strategy. My strategy didn't set up. Guess what? Ain't nothing there. Log off and go about my day. It's really that simple. It's really, truly that simple. It's not that complex. It's very, very simple. Trading is very simple. You can make it more difficult than it needs to be, but it's very simple. Literally, it's very, very simple. You just follow your rules. If nothing's there, you shut it down. That's all you have to do. It's very, 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 very literally that simple. It's very simple. It's just a lot of times we be in subconscious mind, we be in our head, we don't understand the trading psychology and the trading disciplines that we need, and it makes us do more than what we need to do. It's very simple. Nothing's there, you don't trade. You don't force nothing. If you have an itch to trade, you know what I'm going to tell you, right? Log into your demo account and take some trades. You can do it on your demo account. If you want to just, feel like you have an itch you need to scratch, demo trade. It's cool. Clear versus forced. We already know we want clear setups. We don't want forced setups, right? When I started to stream, as I stated, I wanted the stream to be focused on psychology, disciplines, and all the things that we need to become a consistent, profitable trader. And that is by being a process-driven trader. We're not profit-driven traders. We don't care about the profits. We don't care about the payouts. Yes, I said it. We don't care about the profits. We don't care about the payouts. We are focusing on process. When we get the process down and we master the process, guess what? The money's going to always be there. The payout's going to come. So we're going to focus on what's important, the process. We're process-driven traders is what we are, and we're professional decision makers. We're focusing on process. We're focusing on psychology, trading disciplines, risk management, risk management, not over leveraging, those kinds of things. Not FOMOing into trades, making sure that if we miss our entry, we let the trade go. So we're focusing on process. We need to focus on the most important thing, which is our psychology. That's the most important thing that we have in trading. Nothing is more important than that. Not even the money, because you can't get to no money if you don't have no trading psychology, period. If you have the tendency to force trades, what is going to happen is you are going to ruin your risk reward. Number one, that's the first thing. So let's talk about that. If we're forcing trades, our R&R is going to be thrown off. Think about that, right? R&R is going to be bad because we're forcing trades, right? If you're forcing a trade, that means you're not getting the proper entry. So that means your R&R is going to be thrown off, and that's not good. And then also too, your probability, you're going to mess with your probability statistics because that's not a high probability trade. So that's going to mess with the ability to take 10 trades, hypothetically speaking, have 6 non-profitable trades, 4 profitable trades, and still be profitable, right? It's going to mess with all of that. So that's why it's very, very important to make sure that we are not forcing trades. Our accounts cannot take it over a long period of time. That's how accounts get blown. We don't want to force anything. Forcing is emotions. That's almost like the fear of missing out in a sense, right? You're forcing a trade, or there's no trade there and you're forcing to take a trade. If there's nothing there, demo account. If you feel the need that you're going to force a trade, I would log off of my accounts and I would get up and just walk away from the computer for the moment, or walk away from your phone. At the end of the day, what you don't want to do is you don't want to put yourself in a position where you create a habit of taking trades out of emotions. If you're forcing trades, that's emotional. If you're not managing risk and you're hoping for outcome, that's emotional. We don't take no trades based on emotions. Everything is based on process. We do everything we can to control before we get in that trade. Once we're in the trade, we're hands off. There's nothing else we can do. That's why we have to be process-driven traders. So once we relinquish ourselves to that trade and we have no more control, we've taken care of all the control measures prior to that. And there it is. Very simple.